Reverend Steve, keeping it simple, we're going to be in Matthew 24. We're going to be in verse 15. Now, like I've been saying, that Jesus goes in and out from the past until the future. We just spoke about a part that he's talking about the end. Clearly, he's talking about the persecution at the end of the age. And the gospel is going to be preached through that persecution, through that tribulation. Now he dials it back. He goes back into 70 AD. And that is the beauty of this. And this is how you got to read this. You got to read it that he's going back and forth. And that's the beauty of this. Let's get into this right away. So in Matthew 24, then the day is coming when you will see what Daniel the prophet spoke about, the sacrilegious object that causes desecration, standing in the holy place. Read it, pay attention. Many believe that this is talking about what's going to happen, that the temple's going to be rebuilt, and this is going to happen. But this proves that it doesn't. The next line. Let's get into it. Then those in Judea must flee from the hills. This is talking about 70 AD. Okay? A person out on the deck or a rooftop must not go down to the house or deck. A person out in the field must not return, even to get his coat. Now he's talking about 70 AD. And if you go back and you go into Luke's account, it's the same account. And it's talking about 70 AD. It's clearly talking about 70 AD because they're dispersed throughout the world, the Jewish people. And that happened in 70 AD. It's not like this is going to happen again. This happened. So he's going back and forth from the past in 70 AD to today. And we have to understand that. He's talking to his disciples who asked him a question. So he's telling them about 70 AD, and he's telling them about the end because they asked him about the temple and what was going to happen. So he's talking about that, and then he's talking about the end. And we, as Christians, have to realize that when we read that this is not just talking about an end-time thing. It's the gamut. It's 2,000 years of history. And that's what we have to bring to the table. That's we have to understand this. And once you understand that, it's much easier to understand. Because when I first started reading this, I was like, wow, this is all going to happen again. And then I realized, after reading Luke's account, that's 70 AD is talking about, and that matches here. So that part, which I talked about, the desecration, it happened. That happened. The next desecration is upon us, where the temple is now. So that happened in 70 AD. There was a statue put there. It was Zeus. It was put up there for many years. It was there. That was there. So that's the spirit of the Antichrist, still working today. And we have to understand that. We have to understand that he's going back and forth in time. And then we could get a really good picture of this. Till next time, God bless.